So please bring me up to speed. So you got the information, and what about the evidence that Nico presented you that said, you know what, I can risk or I can put my time into this? What was it?
You mean in terms of pursuing the lawsuit?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what Nico brought to our attention was a lot of disturbing information, which suggested that the Bernie Sanders campaign was being infiltrated by people that were loyal to Hillary Clinton. And at the same time, he was also investigating information and bringing it to our attention, which showed that there were funding issues in the Democratic Party, which suggested that, money was being funneled that should have gone to state elections, but it was going into the Hillary campaign, stuff like that. But here's the thing, as a lawyer, before you file a lawsuit, especially a lawsuit in federal court that's alleging fraud and misrepresentation, those types of things, you want to make sure that you have rock solid evidence. And so Nico, is an incredibly courageous person. He's an incredibly perceptive person, and he's an incredibly dedicated person. But he was bringing us, evidence that he had collected from his time on the ground as a grassroots Bernie Sanders organizer. But we by no means had a clear picture of actually what was going on at the Democratic Party. We knew something was rotten. And we knew it merited further investigation. But the real question for us is, how do we go about doing that investigation and penetrating an organization that is extremely powerful, maybe, at the time, one of the most powerful organizations in the world? Well, so this is, again, back in February, March 2016. And then, of course, we had all the primaries, and a lot of strange things happened in the primaries. And then we got to the convention in Philly. But in June of 2016, that's when really the bombshell dropped, and it was quite unexpected, and it's what allowed us to actually file this lawsuit. And that was the release of documents by Guccifer 2.0 from the DNC's own servers, and the release of those documents into the public domain. And what those documents began to confirm is what Nico's evidence had pointed to, was that there was a concerted effort from within the Democratic National Committee itself to fix the primaries for Hillary Clinton. And so this was documentary evidence that was released by Guccifer 2.0 in June. And then, of course, most people know that shortly after that, WikiLeaks dropped an even greater collection of documents into the public domain that even further confirmed what the prior release of documents had showed. And so, based on the Guccifer documents, we were able to put together a complaint and file it in federal court, and that's the DNC fraud lawsuit that we're talking about today.
Amazing, amazing. So wow. So you have this information you get from Guccifer, and from I'm guessing the Podesta emails from WikiLeaks, and now what do you do? So you file a lawsuit. Who is included in the lawsuit? Some people have asked, is it just Bernie supporters? But I read that there were like 3 pillars to the lawsuit.